never in the lifetime, in the history of commercial fishing, there's never been this few of us as there is right now.
There's an old saying that if you're born on an island, you'll get your feet wet. The sea, with its islands, is a place of business for a whole breed of men who don't mind wet feet. In some ways, lobstering is immensely complex. In another sense, it is simple and direct. The sea belongs to all equally. Whatever it holds is yours for the taking.
My name's Dan Pronk. I'm 54 years old. I've been lobster fishing full-time since 1988 when I graduated high school. I basically grew up in the creeks and rivers and the oceans in Marshfield, Mass, digging and catching whatever we could. You know, you run around like a chicken with your head cut off before we go fishing, and when I'm on land, you know, I'm all tense and twisted up about something. Somebody's pissing me off all the time. Once we get out on the boat, though, all that just kind of melts away, and it's a different mindset out there. We got issues out there, and they could be more drastic than the ones on land, but it's just different. Just kind of a freedom, you know, and when we're catching lobsters, there's no place I'd rather be, you know, on a nice day. Even if it's not a nice day. That weather the other day was kind of lousy, but we're catching lobsters. You got a good group of people on the boat. You get good music going. Where else would you want to be? That's the way I look at it. You know, each trap's like a treasure box, treasure chest that comes up. Some of them come up empty. Some of them come up with 8 or 10 lobsters in it. It's like, here we go. So it's like a game of chess because they move, but you got to know where and when to be. And I can't tell you those answers because I don't know them all. I know some of them where and when they're going to be, but every day's different. You know, it's like I said, it's almost like a treasure hunt. You know, you take your experience and what you see out there, and you figure out where they're going to be, or at least you hope you know where they're going to be. Like I said, it's a chess game, you know, but bigger stakes. 30 years ago, there were 1,500 lobster fishermen in southern New England. Now there's 19 of us that have full allocation permits from 1,500. So the changes they've made are based on science from years ago and based on the fact that there were so many guys years ago. Now there's not. So of course the landings are going to be down. So they're making their regulations on past assumptions and what they think is going to happen, but the bottom line is there's 19 of us left that can fish 800 traps in southern New England. How can you go on statistics that you're looking at from the 80s? Between the trap reductions, and it's not any easier. It's the regulations are putting us out of business. And then you look at these stupid wind turbines, you know, and then you look at the whale, and you know, we've made incredible sacrifices financially and time-wise over the past 30 years to work with these regulations to say we don't want to kill any whales. It's the last thing we want to do. You know, people look at us like we're murderers because we're lobster fishermen. We're more environmentalists than most environmentalists even dream of being. Because if we do something to alter the environment that's going to jeopardize our fishery, we're only shooting ourselves in the foot. So, you know, it's a pain in the ass working with all these whale regulations, but if it's going to save the industry, fine. But then you look at these wind farm people, they're killing whales, stacking them like cordwood, and nobody has a problem with it. But there's the part of the financial part. You know, National Marine Fisheries Service, NOAA, you know, there's so many different organizations, IFAW, you know, the Massachusetts Lobstermen's Association, Crooks, they've all taken money from big wind.
Oh, we got it on in the trawler.
it's a conflict of interest. You know, they're regulating us out of business, but yet they're giving these guys the keys to the kingdom and saying, do what you want. Never in a million years would I thought we would fucking see this. I gotta say that, because right now, if you told me I was in the Gulf of Mexico, I believe it. Not fucking solving anything. They've given these offshore wind people take permits, which is a license from the federal government to kill whales. It's like a mulligan in golf. Oh, here's my ticket. Oh, okay, don't do it again, but we've given you more take permits. You know, people see what happens when a whale washes up with a buoy on it. People go nuts, and they want to kill us. Oh, you killed a whale. Well, we don't do it on purpose, not that the wind farm people do either, but nobody seems to care when they do. But if we do, if we kill one accidentally, it's over. You know, I mean, it's not a level playing field for the fishermen anymore, by no means. I've made my living down there for as long as I can remember. And now these things are there, and they're eyesores, and they're just massive. I was overwhelmed how big these things were. And then what did we count? 13 boats, I think, on the AIS that are working with them. 13 boats that, at the very least, there's 2 engines running on that boat. The smallest boat probably has 3, a main engine, a hydraulic motor running, and a motor to run the electricity, the gensets on the boat. Now you look at those factory ships that look like a superstructure building, you know, skyscraper laying on their sides. I bet you there's 15 to 20 diesel engines running on that boat, supplying electricity and hydraulic power and propulsion. You know, each one of them's burning diesel fuel. Thousands and thousands each one of those burn a day. What is so green about that? You know, that's back to the carbon footprint. The carbon footprint this thing's taking right now to put these things up is massive. It's ludicrous. Anybody that thinks this is proper, put them on land. Like I said, put them on Nomans. Put them at Otis Air Force Base. They seem to work on land. I mean, that one doesn't. And ironically, that's what I got to look at every fucking day of my life when I wake up. That's what's putting me out of business. And there's one in my neighbor's yard, which I don't have a problem with it being in my neighbor's yard, and I don't have a problem with it because it's nice because the hawks and the ospreys all hang on it. But it's kind of ironic that, you know, that's the Grim Reaper looking over me every day. It's kind of sad, but it is what it is. But my point is there's nothing green about these things in the ocean. Bottom line.